Dear Thorski, I honestly thought writing this letter would be easy, but turns out I was wrong. I've been wanting to write this letter to you since I was a freshman, if I only knew how much of an impact you would have on my life. My first year in Crete, we did the nerd, and you cast me, a freshman, as a lead role in the show. You took a risk, and when I asked you why, you told me that you chose me, you said because I had potential to be great. It's the first time someone actually believed in me and thought I could be more than the spawn of my horrendous family. After the nerd, you helped me absolutely fall in love with every aspect of the theater. You're the person who was pursuing me to get better at building sets, becoming a better actor, and pushing me to pursue theater as my career. One of my favorite things to do throughout high school was when we would sit in your office and gossip about anything and everything under the sun. The number of times I've heard, "This stays between you and I and the wall," is astonishing. I'd always come and hang out with you in the auditorium any chance I would be constantly asking teachers to leave class early or just asking them to skip class as a whole in order to help you build sets or set up for concerts where we would sit up by the soundboard and just laugh the whole night. There are more than a million memories I have with you, but my absolute favorite was when you, me, Brent, and Anthony all went to Chicago to that sketchy thrift shop just to pick up a couch, and then helped you move into your apartment all in one day. All of us crammed together in the truck for the whole day. This is something I'll never forget. I'm gonna miss all the fun we used to have. Recently, you asked me for my opinion on something for the set for Beauty and the Beast, and you said, I really value your opinion. I've never heard you say that to anyone else, so it made me feel just absolutely amazing. And it made me want to pursue theater even more. You asked me what I think before making big set decisions, and you let me put my 2 cents in from time to time when we're blocking a show. All these things are why I chose you as my mentor, and you've always been there for me when I needed it. I want to become a great director just like you one day, and I can't thank you enough for pushing me to become the man I am today. Overall, I just want to thank you for everything you have done for me. You helped me find my passion and pushed me to be the best damn one in the business and strive for nothing but greatness. I will always love you to pieces. Love, Sean Leonard.
Dear Lisa, I want to thank you for everything you have done for me and for what you continue to do for me. Aside from mom and dad, you have probably had the most impact on my life, and I couldn't ask for a better sister. You set an example for how I want to live my life, to be hardworking, get an education, and work towards something I'm passionate about. I want to thank you for supporting me and helping me find the best path towards whatever it is I want to do. When I was thinking about joining the military, you had me talk to people and gave me resources about what exactly I'd be getting myself into. Now that I'm going to college, you are making sure I'm doing what I need to do in order to be successful. I felt comfortable when applying to schools because you were there to steer me in the right direction and help me through any hiccups along the way. I want to thank you for being like a second mother to me. You always include me into activities with your kids, and I'm very grateful for that. The trips to Missouri will always be very special to me, and I look forward to them every time. You also comfort me whenever I'm vulnerable and are there for me whenever I need someone to talk to. Thank you for being the best sister anyone could ever ask for. Love, Jacob. Dear Mom, thank you for shaping me into the person that I am today. I can't put into words how much you have done for me all my life. Thank you for being an excellent mom and always making sure I have what I need to be successful. If I need someone to talk to, you are there for me. If I need help with something, you are there for me. If I am confused, you are there to show me what I am not understanding. Thank you for being a best friend to me. I always enjoy spending time with you, and for the most part, have a better time with you over my friends. I love our trips to the beach, to the flea market, our vacations, dinner at restaurants, and pretty much everywhere else with you. You're a pretty fun person to be around, even if you are a little old. Thank you for not only taking the role of my mom, but also taking the role of dad after his passing. You're the one that showed me how to shave, you're the one that showed me how to drive, you're the one that showed me how to put air in my tires, tie a tie, use tools, paint a room, and you've shown me everything else that a dad should teach their son. I don't know how I could have managed high school without you. I love you, and I'm lucky to have you as my mom. Love, Jacob.
Dear TT, thank you for helping me during my last year at home. This school year has definitely been special, and I don't see how I could have made it like I did without you. I see the passion that you have for me, and I thank you. Living with you has been life-changing. I don't think I'd be the girl I am now without you. I will cherish what I have learned while being here. I wish I could live in my young memories forever. They're truly magical, and many of them include you. I will remember your tenacity and love that you show me. It will fuel me for as long as I live. Thank you, Maya Christina Minor. Dear Mommy, I love you so much. I can't thank you enough for all that you've done for me and more, and I don't think I've ever could. Sometimes I think about being and living and how that would not have been possible without you. You had a child that you once could only hold in your arms. She is here 17 years later, writing to you with immense love and thankfulness for all that you've done for me and for my years by your side. Mom, I hope I grow up like you someday, to have the passion to continue to do what you love, do whatever for those you love, to love as much as you have, to have as much patience, and to still keep on doing it. I love you, I love you, I love you, a million times over, times infinity. Maya Christina Minor.
Hi Grandma, I made the top 10% of my graduating class, so I got to pick a mentor to write a letter to. Of course I chose you. I know that you'll never get to physically read this, but I know that you're watching me type this from heaven. Thank you for pushing me to do my best. You have made such an impact on my life, and there isn't a single day that passes that I don't think about you. Me and Mom always joke about you saving us a parking spot every time that we go to the store, because we know that you used to always say, I was thinking about this spot every time that you got a good parking spot in the store. It makes us laugh, and me and Mom bond over it. Don't worry about Mom, I'm taking good care of her. She's almost 7 years sober now. I'm a bit nervous to go off to college and be so far away from her, and I wish you were here to keep her company. Gosh, I wish you were here for me. I wish you could have met my boyfriend, Chucky. We've been dating for almost 4 years now, and goodness, he treats me so well. I know that you picked him out for me from heaven, and you were the best. I wish I could have physically been able to hand you this letter, but I know that you're reading it from heaven. Thank you for everything that you've done for me. You are so amazing and loving. Me and Mom are getting tattoos in memory of you soon, and I know that you're here mentally, but now I get to get something on my body every day for the rest of my life as a reminder of you. Until we meet again, your granddaughter, Olivia Mackenzie. Dear Mom and Dad, thank you for everything. Thank you for providing me with endless love and support. Thank you for supporting my hopes and dreams. Thank you for loving me for me. I cannot thank either of you enough for everything that you have done for me. You both mean the world to me, and I would do anything to protect both of you. I know that I can be a bit sassy at times, so thank you for dealing with me. Every accomplishment that I have, I do it for the two of you. You both have made me the person I am today, and you pushed me to be a positive and loving human being. I couldn't have done anything without the support of you two. I wouldn't be the person I am today without the two of you. In this letter, I am writing because I'm the top 10% of my graduating class. Hint, hint, I'm going off to college soon. I'm so excited to start this new chapter in my life, but I'm so sad at the fact that I won't be home with the two of you every day. Don't worry, I will be home constantly because you know I will be homesick 24/7. I love you too, to the moon and back, and never forget that. Sincerely, your one and only Olivia Mackenzie.
Dear Mr. Fitzgerald, hey Fitz, these last 4 years have went by fast. I remember my first time meeting you and interacting with you at the Night of Leadership event my freshman year. Right away, I knew you would have a huge impact on my life. Freshman year of high school, I was just a shy kid who didn't want to be a part of anything except play baseball. Subsequently, I was able to have the honor of having you as my AP seminar teacher and baseball coach when I made varsity as a sophomore. From then on, I started to open up and build confidence. I ran for an executive officer position as a sophomore for student government. Your passion for Cremoni fed off onto me even more and made me want to make the school even better. By the time junior year came along, I was opening up and even more with becoming an Ignition mentor and mentoring the incoming freshmen and leading them on to the path of hopefully becoming strong leaders themselves. As well as mentoring, I became more involved with the broadcast club that you are in charge of. I would interview the athletes at Cremoni and would come up with different ideas for bids for the news. During the winter months, we were doing catching drills for baseball to get ready for my junior year season. We would go twice a week and even early in the morning on Saturday. I would always come into the field house or gym wanting to get better because I knew I had a team to push to want to win. Working hard in school and on the baseball diamond, I was able to get an academic and baseball scholarship from St. Xavier University, where I will continue my academic and baseball career. Thank you, Fitz, for all you have done for me. After all that hard work, you wrote me an amazing letter of recommendation for college, and you said in it, you will not find a better student athlete or ambassador for your college. It has been a privilege knowing him and watching him grow over the past 4 years, and he will be greatly missed when his days at CMHS come to an end. I appreciate everything you've done for me and what you have prepared me for the next 4 years of my life. Thank you so much. I will miss you when I leave Cremoni High School. Dear Mom and Dad, hi Mom and Dad, I want to start off by saying thank you. Thank you for being the most supportive parents that I know. Always showing up to any kind of event for school or baseball, always being there to support me, being there to help me make my decision on where I want to go to play baseball in college. Even though I got my athletic genes from Mom, sorry Dad, I can't even put into words how much I appreciate the both of you. I really can't imagine my life without you guys. Secondly, I would like to apologize for my attitude that you have both had to deal with for the past few years. I don't know how many years until I started annoying you. I'm sorry that I talk back, but sometimes it's for a good reason. Just kidding. Also, I'm sorry for living off of you and not going on my own. I know you want me to move on and live my life, but I'm just not ready yet. That's one reason why I chose to commit to St. X, only 40 minutes away. Mom, I want to thank you for all the loving support and motivation you have given me through the last couple of years of school. Being at home due to the worldwide pandemic and not wanting to do any type of schoolwork, you somehow continue to push me, and it led me to great success. Dad, you're such a hard-working father who wants to be able to provide for his family, and you have done that. One day, I hope to pay you back. I also want to let you both know, I promise to continue to grow as a humble, caring person. I promise to remember all the great lessons you have taught me. I look up to both of you in so many ways. I hope to one day be a great of a parent to my children as you two are to me. I really can't imagine my life without you guys. I love you so much, and I'm thankful for you.
Dear Mr. Odonnell, I want to thank you for being both my teacher and coach during these past few years of high school. I know that I look back at cross-country/track and AP World class with very fond memories. You helped me achieve things that I did not expect to accomplish. These would include running a minute best PR at my last cross-country meet junior year and getting a 5 on my AP World test. One thing I will always remember about you is how laid back you were. You were by far the most relaxed teacher and coach I've ever had. I can't recall one time that you even raised your voice during class or when you were coaching, except when you were excited, of course. Our 5th hour class could be pretty talkative sometimes, and I will always remember how you would stand there and nod your head side to side, waiting for us to stop talking. I aspire to have your level of patience one day. All in all, AP World was by far my favorite class ever, and I can remember a lot of the course material right off the top of my head. I don't think I could have had a better teacher for it. Moving on to track/cross country, I would like to share another memory. I know I will always have. I'll never forget when I heard your excited cheers during the last lap of a track race or the home stretch of a cross-country race. When I heard that, I would always have a sudden burst of energy that would propel me to the finish line. I love the atmosphere of both cross-country and track as well. I would always feel at ease there, which was really nice after a long day of school. I attribute your coaching style as to why the atmosphere was so pleasant. Lastly, I wanted to thank you for encouraging me to always do my best and showing me how much I can improve as a runner if I put in the work. I will forever be grateful that I was able to have you both as a teacher and coach during my time in high school. You helped contribute to my growth in high school, both as a learner and athlete. Before I go, I do have a confession. During the Niles North meet sophomore year, I walked and got Shake Shack right when I finished my event. You and Hughes never found out, which was probably for the better. I hope that you enjoyed coaching and teaching during your years at HF. Sincerely, Jack Pinoza. Dear Mom and Dad, I want to thank you guys for all your love and support during my years of high school and throughout my entire childhood. I credit both of you for all that you have done for me over these past 18 years. You guys have taught me many valuable lessons about life, and I could not be more grateful to call you my parents. Both of you have taught me what supportive parents look like. I will never take for granted that you both tried your best to make it to every single one of my sporting events. It was rare to not have in-person support from you guys, and I'm very thankful for that. This has really shown me that if I have kids of my own someday, it will be very important to be supportive of your kids' endeavors. Moving on to my school career. You both have done so much to mold me into the student that I am today. From teaching me how to read when I was around 4 to still checking over my English papers today. You both have done so much. I want to give a shout out to Dad for all those nights spent at the kitchen table doing math homework together. I want to say thanks, Mom, for always proofreading my papers and giving me advice for my papers. It has really meant a lot for me. You guys have taught me the importance of helping your child with their schoolwork. Your dedication to me has paid off, as I'm a distinguished scholar and in the Prairie State program. You both have taught me the importance of family, even when times are not great. Knowing I have both of you guys to talk to or get advice from is really comforting. Unlike a lot of teenagers, I genuinely enjoy going places with you guys. From vacations to just a day out, it is always very enjoyable. Above all else though, you guys have shown me how important it is to have a good family life. I could go on and on, thanking for you guys for being such great parents, but I only have a page for this. I cannot thank you both enough for always being there for me, teaching me so many valuable things, and shaping me into the young man I am today. Sincerely, your son, Jack Tenozo.
Dear Roger, I am so thankful for everything you've done for me, from giving me life advice to supporting me in school. I remember the time you let me drive your car when my mom was too scared to let me drive. You had faith in me when others didn't. Thank you for treating me like I was your own. I know my family and I are lively and vibrant as fireworks, and I'm super grateful you stayed around. Even though I have not seen you in a while because of relocating out of the state, you still occasionally come to visit and support me. I appreciate and cherish all the times I was going through many stressful times at school, and you were there for me. So thank you for you pouring into me mentally and contributing to the preparation of my transition into the real world. You have inspired me to be disciplined, focused, honorable, and loving. You've taught me to be respectable, admirable, and selfless. I believe that you have not only impacted my life, but my mom and sisters as well. We all love you, appreciate, and adore you. Love, Yasmin P. Dear Dad, thank you for being so supportive of me with school. Whenever I need help with any assignment, you are more than willing to help, even from more than 800 miles away. Whenever I'm going through something, I can call and talk to you about anything. You always give me your great advice when I may or may not listen to, but I try to apply everything that you have taught me. I'm very grateful for every time you spoil me. You've given me more than enough to help me be successful in life that I'm about to go into. Thank you for teaching me anything that Mom slacked on. You have encouraged me academically and through your personal experiences. Thank you for continuing to love and contribute to my dreams and goals. I love you. Love, Yasmin Pugh. Dear Mom, thank you for being patient with me. We have gone through a lot together, and I'm very grateful that you have not kicked me out by now. Thank you for teaching me anything that Dad has slacked on. You have encouraged me spiritually, mentally, and psychologically. I appreciate how you have trained me to the best of your abilities. I'm really going to miss you most of all. Your kindness has shown me the right way to handle situations by showing love and being forgiving. My passion and fire that I have inherited will be put into good use. I will use it to fight for what's important in a respectful way to achieve my desired goals. Thank you for being around for me to be able to call you my teacher, my friend, my family, and my mom. I love you. Love, Yasmin P.
Dear Medard, well, I guess to start off, you go by Ms. Coo now. When I first met you this summer, my sophomore year of cheer, I felt safe. You, Duffy, Alicia, you guys all made us feel really comfortable. I knew from the start that we'd connect. I've been your student, your cheerleader, and now your mentee. Sophomore year, I got the luxury of being your student for AP seminar. I spent most of my time talking to you. AP Seminar turned into my favorite class not only because of the subject, but because you were the teacher. We'd spill drama, talk about life, and have fun. Whenever I was stressed and needed a room to cry in for a few minutes, I knew I could come to your room. Junior year was the most stressful year for me. I was in a bunch of AP classes and a bunch of activities. You were always there to remind me how great I was doing. You were there when I needed to cry or to rant. You always were there when I didn't know what to do. We learned a lot about each other and each other's strengths and weaknesses. Senior year has been tough. When doing college applications, you were the first teacher I went to when I needed a letter of recommendation. Also the first teacher I went to when I got interviews from top schools. You're also the person I go to first with everything. I wish I could have gotten an intern with you this year, but because of Corona, I couldn't. I knew we would have made an awesome duo. I picked you because you're always there for me and always made me feel welcomed. With everything I've been through these past 3 years, you have always made me feel better. I hope we can keep in touch after high school. Thank you for always being there. Lexi. Dear Mom and Dad, I am proud to say I have some of the best parents. It's good to have parents that are open about their mistakes and past mistakes that can push you to be better. You guys have always been my main motivation since I started school. You two have pushed me to always try my best no matter what. Even when I fell behind in schoolwork, you guys managed to get me all caught up. When I worked long hours at work, you two were always there to comfort me. When I'm stressed out from a test, you guys were always there to comfort me too. Even with 2 other children in the house, you managed to not pick favorites and give everyone the same attention. I love you guys so much, and I couldn't thank you guys enough for all that you do. Thank you for putting up with me. Love, your daughter, Lexi.
Dear Mr. Bullor, the first time you taught me was my sophomore year in Human Body Systems. I did not know that you would turn out to be an inspiring teacher. Every day of sophomore year, you encouraged not only me, but my classmates to do our best. If my classmates and I ever needed help, you would take time out of your day to put our needs before your own. I remember you would stand outside the classroom and give all of your students fist bumps and ask us how our day was going. You always made class fun and made the material easy to learn. If anyone was having a bad day, you would always help the best you could to make their day better. You always encouraged me to keep pushing through any obstacles that came up. Second semester, you became my permanent teacher for honors chemistry. I was never good at chemistry, but you would not let me give up. You offered to help me during class and after school so I could understand the material we were learning in chemistry. Junior year, you pushed me to work hard in AP biology because you knew I could pass. Many of my previous teachers might say hello to me down the hallway, but you always wanted to check in on me to see if I was doing all right. When I came to the school to take my SAT in the fall, you encouraged me that day to try my best. Now that I am a senior and have to make a decision for college, I am grateful for you being one of the best teachers throughout my 4 years of high school. You will always be remembered as the teacher who will make my day. As I go to college, I'll remember all the things you have taught me, and if things get rough, I will remember that you always encourage me to stay motivated. I want to thank you for helping me learn anatomy because that is something I will need for my optometry career. I will not disappoint or forget you, Mr. B. Sincerely, Jada Shuby. Dear Dad, you have watched me grow ever since I was a baby. Now it's pretty crazy that in a month, I will be walking the stage getting my high school diploma. It does not seem realistic, but as they say, time flies as you grow older. Ever since I was younger, you have always encouraged me to do what makes me happy and successful. I could always rely on you to help me through hard times. If I ever became unmotivated, you always made sure I kept going. I do not know where I would be without your support for 18 years. I look up to you every day as a role model because you are a hard worker. You inspire me to never give up no matter how stressful things may get. Throughout my 4 years of high school, you have taught me to try new things and try my best at anything I choose to do. You have also influenced me to be a good role model for others. You always have a positive attitude towards other people and you know how to show respect to people. You have always been there for me to cheer me on during volleyball, show choir, and my other accomplishments. If there was ever a competition, concert, or ceremony, I knew you would be in the front row cheering me on. Now, as I am preparing for a new transformation in my life, I know you will still encourage me to go after my dreams. College will be something new and exciting, but I know you will always be one phone call away if I need you. I remember when I got into Loyola Chicago, we both cheered because that has always been my top choice. Every college I got accepted to, you cheered me on and reminded me how all my hard work paid off. Thank you for being the great role model every child needs in their life. I will make you proud in another 4 years when I walk the stage and earn my bachelor's degree in public health. This is only the beginning. In 7 years, I will become OD, Doctor of Optometry Shuby. Sincerely, Jada Shuby.
I've never really had anything that I look forward to that much. Sure, I enjoy playing sports and hanging out with friends, but there hasn't been anything that I've actually gotten excited for. However, there is one exception to this. In 7th grade, school to me was at its lowest point from a satisfaction standpoint. I was bored every day and it felt like I had zero motivation. Then, after the first quarter of 7th grade, I had my class schedule changed. I had moved from Course 3 Math into Algebra 1, which is where I met Mr. Lagger. Besides my parents, Mr. Lagger has had the most influence on my life. To a lot of people, math is a least favorite subject, but Mr. Lagger made it my favorite. Every day in Algebra 1, it didn't feel like I was in class because I legally had to be, but rather I willingly went to class with a smile on my face. Metaphorically speaking, I never actually smiled. Mr. Lagger's dedication to creating a fun but efficient learning environment is what sets him apart from everyone else. He has a heart of gold and never overlooks any details. As a teacher, Mr. Lagger differed from the normal linear way of teaching and instead sought to educate in a way where every student could benefit and enjoy class. Mr. Lagger not only taught multiple ways to solve each problem, but he would have us play math games in class and even learn a song or two to help us understand and master a lesson. Class was great, but even outside of class, I found myself talking to Mr. Lagger, like while waiting for my after-school activities to start. His influence also extends past 7th grade, for I also had Mr. Lagger in 8th grade geometry, and in high school I would see Mr. Lagger at different after-school events. Mr. Lagger's influence is still reaching me today as I strive to be a math teacher just like him. But before Mr. Lagger, of course, comes my parents. Anyone can have a child and call themselves a parent, but a real parent is someone who puts that child above their selfish needs and wants. My parents are the embodiment of this quote, especially when it comes to my education. I have always been a person that could learn something easily and quickly, but I wasn't very teachable. My mindset and attitude towards school was poor, and if it weren't for my parents always pushing me to excel, I would not be the person I am today. Rather than being angry and forceful about my grades, my parents slowly encouraged and made me realize how important school was. My father would try to make learning more fun by quizzing me on school topics in elementary school. He would ask both me and my older sister math and trivia questions while in the car to see who could answer the most correctly between the two of us. Even though I didn't realize it at the time, the small competitions with my sister shaped the way for learning to be more enjoyable. Then came middle school, where school became so simple to me I became uninterested yet again and stopped doing my work. This time, however, my parents understood that the situation had changed and that they needed to make a different approach. My parents sat me down and directly explained why my lack of work was unacceptable. They would also monitor how well I was doing in each class. I can't say that I liked getting yelled at, but it was definitely necessary. My parents never took the easy route or gave up on me. I am very blessed to have them. Even today, as I am nearing the end of my high school experience, my parents still dedicate as much, if not more time, to my college and future.